This is my film Untold project. It's intentional, so don't worry. I've thought that this is the title. The narrative is it's a psychological horror about a script writer who has a writer's block. He has a script to write this script. He has a week to write this script, and if he doesn't write it in a week, he's going to lose his job. But however, he can't define what's real, what's fictional, what's reality. He's wherever he writes on screen, he can't figure out. By the end of the film, he writes a film about a writer with writer's block. However, his script gets rejected, and but he learns about write his own experiences and overcome his demons. Here are some narrative influences. The biggest one's probably Barton Fink. It's very similar character arc but it's also about a writer with a writer's block. There's sort of very horror imagery, which I like, which one I implemented in this film. The other one is Pi. It's about a guy trying to work out this equation. It's like the stress of trying to work out this equation, which is similar to my film. It's like the stress of what this thing to write about, and he has no idea what to write about. And the next two are Seven Psychopaths and Adaptation. More adaptation than Seven Psychopaths, because it's more of a meta, and like the meta aspect of the writing. It's like the film they're writing is the film we're watching, and that's really interests me, and you can do that in really creative ways. Some style influences. How I Want to Look Like at the Start is a film called First Reformed. It's very still shot, and the camera doesn't really move that much, but I want to do that at the start to replicate the character's state of mind, how he's stuck in this one state of mind and he can't escape it. Again, I'm referencing Barton Fink. It's like another style influence. It's very like slow shots, very eerie, slow zooms, and they're very horror. It's very horror-like filmmaking to it. And the last one is like Eraserhead. How I Want to Look at the end. It's very weird and abstract imagery, and it's like at the end it'll be the full form of insanity at the end. Here are the characters. The first character is Derek, played by Jensen Price, which is me, because the only person who can play, because I'm basically playing myself. Because I basically wrote this because I'm playing myself. He's the writer. Chris, who's going to be played by John Glover, is he's going to be his mate in it, who helps him write the script halfway through. And you got the last person. He's the producer on the phone. You only hear voice message. He's the producer, who told him to write the script, played by Dean Morris. Here's a storyboard. There's a few like drawing. I've done all the storyboard. That'd be too boring if I did all the storyboards. And we've done some photographic storyboards next to it. We've tried to with stuff of claustrophobia. We've got the two walls and very enclosed spaces. And here are locations we plan to use. This is where we've chosen these locations because we think the main character would probably live. And it's an accessible location for all the cast and crew to meet. And we plan to film in the Easter holidays. We want to shoot some next week and the week after, like test shots. And if stuff don't work out, we can do reshoots. So we've got a bunch of time to film, and then we just plan to edit when we get back. Or we plan to edit as well, in the next few weeks. We plan to edit in case we're editing and something goes wrong, we can do reshoots. Here's some test shots. You can't really see them there, but I don't like these two. They're not very we tried the without the red tint, and it was it's just very boring. But then we tried it with a red tint, and see the light's gone there. So we really like this lighting because it just has a very horror and creepy atmosphere to it, and it's how we want the film to look. And thanks for listening.